How is it going, everybody? I am Donut. This is, of course, a Black Lives Matter, all cops are bastards, and trans rights supporting channel. If you're not supporting that shit, get the fuck off this channel. Now, if you have not been keeping up, I have some chronic pain and chronic medical issues that I have been dealing with for quite a while. I am hoping this is going to go okay. My mouth is probably going to look really weird, and the way I talk is now really weird. But, yeah, if you don't care, you don't care. Yeah, I don't give a shit about it. I'm not going to explain it every fucking time I do another thing. Just the gist of it is, I'm dealing with some shit. I'm sorry if that looks weird or the way I speak sounds a little bit weird now, especially compared to my last videos, which I had done reactions to Season 1 and 2 on the channel. If you're interested in those, if you want to see the full length, you can get that on the Patreon below for $4 a month. Go check that out. Other than that, I mean, I'm just ready to get right into this. We have basically what happened last season. Like, where do we leave off? I mean, we have Fuchs still out on the run. Wasn't really sure how I felt about that. Was kind of hoping Fuchs was going to be wrapped up, but this might be the last season. I haven't really talked about any news or anything like that, but it seems like this is going to be the last season based off of where we ended and things going on and everything like that. And I can't imagine there's going to be another fourth season, but I could be wrong. Maybe there will be. Who knows? I don't know if it's been announced. I don't actually want to know if it's been announced or anything. Just kind of going into this as it is. I don't know, I kind of wanted Fuchs to be dealt with last season, but I'm more on board with it now. It really depends on where we go with him. On the other side of things, we have No Hank being like the guy, I can't remember what his name was, but he came in at the very end, thought that NoHo Hank had took out all the gangs that were coming together there, but that was Barry, but they think it's NoHo Hank, so something's definitely going to happen there. He's now, just continuously failing upwards. We have, on the acting side of things, not really much, to say there, but I guess with Gene specifically, Gene now knows that Barry killed Janet. We have that going on. How's that going to play out? What's he going to do about that? Barry got him out of being framed, but that's not, I doubt, I guess he would know that Barry probably also did that, but still, either way, it's still not something he's going to forgive. I don't think it's something you can ever forgive. And it's not like him and Barry are, on great terms or anything like that. They're a teacher and a student, basically. They don't have that much of a special relationship or anything. So yeah, it's where that's the two main things. Gene and Fuchs, like, where is that going to go? I mean, NoHo Hank as well, but that's probably not going to be a very serious plot line. It's never been that serious of a plot line. It's kind of always been an annoyance for Barry. Yeah, on the acting side of things, nothing really lingering as far as I remember. Like, Barry got the big role, but he didn't take it, and Sally had her whole play thing go on. I don't think she took any big role or anything like that we have lingering. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure there's nothing big hanging over there. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. A lot kind of got wrapped up, but there's not a whole lot that's like all the cop stuff's kind of done. So they don't even suspect, anything. They just like, well, it was the Chechens, and now the Chechens are dead, so maybe they'll be going after NoHo Hank, but I don't know if they even know anything about that. Yeah, I guess that's it. Let's just get into this now. Well, okay, it was indeed very fitting that this episode was actually apparently called Forgiving Jeff, all lowercase. Why all lowercase? That's interesting. I've never quite understood the Barry titles. Is it just for aesthetic with how they capitalize stuff or not capitalize stuff sometimes? It's hard to tell. I don't know if there's a purpose for not capitalizing Forgiving Jeff. Is it because it is a smaller deal? No, that's a bad way to put it, but like, it's not something so easily done. It is not a capital F, capital J Forgiving Jeff. It is not like an act that can be done like that. It is I don't know, is there a reason for it, or am I just looking into much? Is it just an aesthetic thing? It could very well just be an aesthetic thing. Either way, yeah, everything in this, where do we even start? Okay, well, first off, with the Barry stuff, like, what, do I have a guess as the end of the episode thing? How's he gonna make it up to him? Like, he's looking for jobs right now. Kusano's career is shit. Is there a way that he can fix that somehow? Is there, I don't know. Like, there's nothing particularly that I could see him helping with right now. It's just kind of like Barry doesn't have anything going for him. Cruz doesn't have anything going for him. So what can Barry do to relieve that when he doesn't have anything going for him, right? I don't know. I don't think it's gonna be something as simple as like, let me kill Fuchs for you, because like that wouldn't really make it up to him in any way or something. And like Barry doesn't even know where he is or how to find him or anything. So yeah, I don't really know exactly what's going to go on with that. So yeah, no real idea there. Love the whole thing of Kusuno having this big moment of confronting him and everything, and then the fucking gun falls apart. He just doesn't really know how to use it, and maybe the gun was shittily put together. I don't really know much about guns either, especially revolvers. So yeah, also, sorry I'm talking weird. Very swollen now. Was hoping I was going to be able to do this without much pain and stuff like that, but looks like I'm going to take some ibuprofen before I do these reactions and shit, so I don't swell up so much. Yeah, the rest of it with Barry, with him just being in this extremely depressed place and, like, hating himself and, you know, just not, now he's taking all these, like, very small side jobs, and he doesn't have that, like, Fuchs to, like, orchestrate things. Or, I mean, even when he didn't have Fuchs, again, he doesn't have, like, this big mob, like the Chechen mob and everything like that, to take jobs from. And one, get a lot of money. Two, I mean, not even a lot of money, get enough money to live a decent life. It wasn't even like he was, like, loaded. Or maybe he was, and a lot of that money was spent on guns and stuff. I don't know. Either way, because he had quite a lot under that mattress and stuff. Either way, he doesn't have an actual good job right now. His jobs he's taking are shit, both in terms of, I assume, pay quality, not getting paid at all sometimes, like the Jeff thing, and just ordinary people going overboard, like wanting people killed for, like, stuff that they really shouldn't be killed for. There is other solutions there. Killing is a very big deal. And the fact, like, there was other things that he could have took, but he keeps taking marriage-related ones, specifically because, that's kind of the situation that he's in with a lot of stuff. Like, whether it be Fuchs, whether it be Hank, whether it be, stuff with Sally, like, he's just in a lot of, like, relationship-esque relationships, like, very, like, romantic-esque relationships. With Fuchs, not really so much anything like that, but it still has that toxic ex feel to it. That's really what this whole show is about, like, taking that toxic ex relationship and just making it for, and just toxic relationships in general. Like, Barry and Sally are terrible together. They are both, like, it is the most Hollywood relationship I've ever seen. It's so exactly like that. They're both just kind of using each other for various means. Barry to feel normal, Sally to, I guess, feel normal in a very different way, though. But either way, like, they're both just kind of using each other. It's a very toxic relationship. Even, like, Hank and Cristobal are, like, they're good together. I like them together. They're very cute. It's a very nice life and everything like that, but it's, it doesn't have, it's not all daisies. It's got some struggle too. It's got its problems as well. Not very much, but still, they got some as well. Not a whole lot to say about, like, Fuchs from this episode. I like what we got, but, like, he's in Chechnya, he's being hidden. Hank got him off their trail, but not in a way where they're, like, going after Fuchs. Like, they sold him under the bus, but not fully. And they're still kind of protecting him, as they said. Like, he is their scapegoat, but they're also kind of protecting him. Goes halfway. It's not like the local police can do anything with him being in fucking Chechnya. So, it's all just about when Fuchs has enough and just comes back. How is he going to do that? He's the most manipulative bastard we've ever fucking seen. He'll find a way to get back to America somehow. And when he does, he's going to go after Barry with probably more people. Like, these people will kill Barry, but you saw how it happened last time, dude. But I still feel like, even that said, he's going to do the same thing again. Maybe with a more trained person this time, but either way, I highly doubt it. I highly doubt that he's going to learn his lesson. Like, he's just going to do the same thing, probably with a bunch of amateur people. yeah, Barry just love to see given this episode be so like this show is such a good mix of like showing you stuff that is should be very very sad and you can be like yeah this is sad, this sucks, I feel bad for him, but at the same time just the way it's shot, the way it's written is very funny as well. I mean even stuff like you want to root for Kusano, like we don't want our main character to die and you know what's gonna happen to Kusano, but you're still like yeah, it's kind of cool seeing him stand up to him and the fucking gun breaks and it's like, oh my god, this is so funny but so heartbreaking. And this show is just so perfect at that. The whole like gang we got going on with NoHo Hank right now. We got NoHo Hank, we got the guy who was shot in the shoulder, we got a new character it seems like, and then we have I wish I could remember his name, but I don't. The guy who came at the end started with a B, can't remember it exactly. But either way, they got like those 4 people now. And Cristobal is not even a part of it. Cristobal is just like totally out. You know, as he says, all his buddies were killed. Hank still got a couple. He had 2 left, it seems like. And I guess the other guy as well. Like the new guy. But, not the new guy. I mean, I don't know. That one, like all I recognize is the guy who shot in the shoulder and the guy who came in at the end of last season. The other guy, he might have also been around. He just didn't make much of a, impression or anything like that. But, yeah, interesting seeing, like, they're just running a little plant shop now and everything like that, and I guess they're still running it, like, they didn't really look into it or anything, the cops, so it's still kind of going. Yeah, we have, Loach's partner, she said her name, I don't remember it, the cop stuff is never, I mean, it's important, but it's never, like, serious, I mean, Loach was about as serious as we got. I guess Janet also had a big moment, so maybe I should learn her name, because it's probably going to come up in a big way. The fucking the guy who was on TV last season as well, still here as well. I remember him, that fucking guy, I'm from here to here now. But I'm glad we have these like minor characters that are sticking around. The class is gone, so I wonder if we're going to slowly see what a lot of those people in the class are doing now. Janet is obviously now working with Sally and everything as like her assistant. Sally, still probably my favorite character in this whole show. Hands down, it's not even close. It's like Sally's up here, Barry's right here. No, like Sally's just so good. She's the best fucking actor. Her story, like her character, is just so well played, and the kind of character that I don't really see that often because there's just gonna be so many toxic dudes that hate her because they don't understand that that's like the whole point. Like everybody in the show is an awful piece of shit, and like Sally is that on a very normal level, and like how can you like Jean but not like Sally? I don't really understand that because they're both very similar characters, just one is that like older actor and one is the very new actor. It's the young blood and the old blood, but they're both the same kind of character where you give them anything, you give them an inch, they take a mile, they just let everything go to their head. They're so self-obsessed while trying to pretend that they're helping other people and everything like that. So the idea of like Janet being there and Sally, like the most hard truth to Sally's character line of like, I can't feel empowered as a woman unless I'm helping somebody else, like another woman, also find her way up in the world. Now go get me my fucking snacks. It's just like, oh, so perfect. I mean, just the line, not even the snack part, the line by itself is like so perfect because it's bullshit. It's bullshit, but it's the kind of self-obsessed shit she would say. And just the whole one shot going through everything, her switching between I don't know what you would call that, in the room with the like producer kind of person and everything like that, showing them the clip, going to her, I don't know if she's exactly the director or if there's a different word for that maybe. Like maybe she's the assistant director or something. Maybe she just is the straight up director. I don't know. I'm not really familiar that much with these, with acting stuff in general or just TV world. But either way, her going from that to the directing stuff, which I'm just going to say because whatever, to acting again, and like just going so quick at it, being so professional, and like the anxiety's hitting her, but she can switch it on and off, going from the I said blue and then immediately acting. God, like it's both like her character is an insanely good actor, and so for that to be the case, she herself needs to be an insanely good actor. Great casting choice. I hope to see her in more stuff after this. I'm sure she was in stuff before this as well, But I hope that I just come upon something with her in it, because she's absolutely my favorite character. And I didn't really mention that at the beginning, but yeah, thinking back, it's probably the thing I was most interested to see, like, where Sally was gonna go, because yeah, the whole Sam stuff from season 2 was just incredible. Go watch our reactions to that again or for the first time. I don't know why you'd be watching these first, but maybe you're stumbling upon this because it's a new season and everything like that. I wonder if we're gonna get more with her co-star. Like, I wonder if she's gonna become a reoccurring character, her daughter in that thing or not. I don't know. As always, I'm excited to see maybe more of the whole thing going on with, like, Sam and her relationship, like her directing that, like how much of that are we gonna see and everything. How much of her own thing are we gonna see? Because we don't really see a whole lot of it, but I'm curious as to what we will see in that. What else was there in this episode? Again, the Barry and Hank stuff, so fucking perfect. Hank has kind of always been really trying to get a friendship, so that's more than a friendship with Barry, and Barry now, like, again, like everything, treating it like a toxic ex and everything like that, like, Hank more so than I mean, they both are. Like, Barry's the one crawling back, Hank is the one saying, no, absolutely not. I'm glad we're seeing multiple different sides to having a toxic relationship, a toxic ex. There's so many different types of that. It's not just like one thing. There's so many different versions of that. So I'm glad that's what we're getting. I'm glad Kusno didn't die this episode, man. I was so worried that was going to happen. So on the edge of my seat there. The fucking, like, bullet to the head. I was about to freak out, and then I went, no. This might not be real. And they did it so perfect where he doesn't speak. Like, it just happens. But, like, you can see his body is still moving a little bit, like he would assumingly have fallen back from the force a little bit or something. But, so well done. The shots of the landscapes in this episode were really well done. I mean, even just the shots at NoHo Hank's house were really well done. And that whole scene was so, like, everything from the moment he walks in the house is terrifying, because it's just like, you see the security cameras, and you're like, are we going to see something on security cameras? Oh, okay, no. And then they're laying on bed, and you're like, is somebody going to come into the bedroom? Okay, no. And then we're in the backyard, and it's like, well, somebody's got to come in now. Okay, now there's Barry. But it was in a desperate way, not in a antagonistic way. And yeah, like, there's no, this is going to be maybe the season of forgiveness. It's time to earn forgiveness from all these people. That would definitely be fascinating to see. I'm curious where Sally is going to end up, because I really like her as, a very awful human being that I'm not sure how interesting she'll be if she starts to get better as a person. It's a weird thing to say, but honestly, it's true. I'm not sure if I would enjoy her that much if she becomes not awful. So, yeah. But I feel like Barry is going to get forgiveness from some people. Maybe some people he's not going to be able to get forgiveness with, so he's just going to have to kill. And, is him and Fuchs going to make up somehow? Is that going to be a big thing at some point? I hope not, because I hate Fuchs, but at the same time, it could happen, and I'm open to whatever they want to do. It all depends on how it plays out. The idea of it doesn't appeal to me right now, but we'll see how they handle it. And that's a what if. Who knows if that'll actually happen or not. But yeah, I think it's gonna be very funny. The scenes of Fuchs in Chechnya with whoever he's staying with and that guy's wife, I assume. It's just that seems like it's gonna be a lot of source of comedy. We didn't get much in this episode, but maybe next episode we'll get a lot more, because I don't think he's gonna be staying there very long. And just like, I think Barry's also willing to believe anything with Gene begging for his life and stuff, like. So, I think, like, Kuzma's never going to actually believe him, right? Or never actually going to forgive him, right? Just how do you? But you're begging for your life, you're willing to say anything at that point. And, I mean, he's already gone to the police. What else can he do? He knows he's not going to be able to attack him again, get him in a place where he can kill him again. And he was going to kill him in his office, so it was definitely going to be a murder-suicide sort of thing, for sure. There's no way he would get away with that, so. Yeah. I mean, maybe he can act like he's being framed again, but why would somebody frame him twice? I think his plan was definitely a murder-suicide. Especially with how he left his family and everything. Yeah, I think that's it. It's just super happy for Noho Hank and Cristobal. Glad they're together. Was not expecting that to actually happen or anything like that. But yeah, like for everybody in the series being a psychopath or just a terrible person, Noho Hank is someone that I want to see be happy, even though, they're all awful. Uh, yeah. And I hope that Kusuno's son and his grandson don't get wrapped up in this shit. I hope that doesn't happen. Yeah, that's it. I think that's about it. I will see you guys for the next episode. Until then, get the fuck out of here.